Hey guys, it's Sarah. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual. You guys know this channel is usually about cruelty-free beauty. Today I am going to be talking a little bit more about the behind the scenes of being a small creator on YouTube. I've seen quite a few YouTubers in recent weeks make videos like this talking about making money on YouTube and just kind of the behind the scenes of being an influencer, creator, whatever you want to call us. I've seen a lot of like mid-sized and larger channels do those videos, but I haven't seen very many like smaller creators around my size doing it. So I wanted to just share my take as somebody who I currently have about 6.5 thousand subscribers, something around there. And so I'm hoping this will help both viewers and fellow creators alike, because in the past I feel like people on YouTube just haven't been very open or transparent about how all of this stuff works, and I'm planning on basically being an open book in this video. I got a bunch of questions from you guys about just kind of the behind the scenes, things you've always wondered about being on YouTube, making money from social media, that kind of thing. And one question that I've gotten a lot, and I've honestly wondered this myself, but a lot of people asking how much of an impact do ads make on revenue? Does it make a difference if we watch the full ad? So I am pretty sure it does make a difference. I think if you watch the full ad, the creator does get more revenue than if you were to skip the ad. But I don't know how much of a difference it makes. So if you like really want to support a creator, feel free to watch the whole ad. But honestly, I always skip ads. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Does it matter to your revenue how soon we watch a video after it is posted? I don't know that it affects our revenue at all, but I do know that the views and engagement that a video gets within the first 24 hours of being posted does determine how much YouTube is going to push it out to more people and recommend it to more people. So I think the first 24 hours does matter when it comes to the algorithm, but I don't think it really affects revenue very much. How long does it actually take to make a video, to plan or prep, film, edit? What are the steps for posting? I feel like so many have this as a hobby, but it seems so time consuming. You definitely deserve recognition and compensation for all that effort. Well, thank you. It is time consuming, and I like to think of it as a cross between a hobby and a job, because I do treat it like a job. I have a schedule that I stick to, and a lot of it does feel like work. It's fun. It's fun work, but it's not just like me playing with makeup all day long. Like there's a lot of other things that go into it. The question about how long does it take to make a video from start to finish. Last year, over the course of a week, I made a point to actually track how much time I was putting towards YouTube that week, and it came to right around 20 hours that week. So I do have a full-time job outside of YouTube, thank goodness. Once you hear how much I make, you'll understand. I would say that each video on average takes about 5 hours to produce, from preparing for the video, getting ready to film, setting up the equipment, sitting down and filming. Usually the footage is anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes for me, and then of course I edit it down. Usually the editing takes me about 2 hours, and then there's uploading, which probably takes another like hour, because I'm finding links to put in the description box, I'm putting tags on my videos, writing out my description box, creating a thumbnail. So that's how much work goes into creating just one video. On top of that, there's also some emailing that goes on, there's posting on Instagram, answering comments, kind of some of like the more housekeeping type stuff, looking at my analytics, planning videos out throughout the month. So I would say on average I'm probably spending about 20 hours a week doing this. So it's like a part-time job. Pretty time-consuming part-time job. But that being said, I know this person feels that we deserve compensation for this. I agree, but when you're just starting out on YouTube, you're probably gonna be working for free for at least a year, if not a few years, before you even start seeing a little bit of revenue coming in. So it's truly a labor of love. Like if you're in it for the money and the free products and, you know, whatever else cool perks you think there are a lot of cool perks, but it takes a lot of time to build an audience. So you have to be really passionate about building an audience and connecting with that audience, and you have to be really passionate about what you're talking about, and you just have to love it. Eileen asks, what is the etiquette for vlogging in public? If you're in a business or restaurant, I'm assuming one gets permission to film. Also, how do your family and friends respond to vlogging? Do you find it limits interactions or enhances them? I'm playing with the idea of jumping to YouTube, but I'm trying to weigh the costs and benefits to my family and relationships. The first part of your question, I don't vlog in public because I'm just not really comfortable with it yet. I'm sure it's something I may do in the future, but I'm pretty sure you do have to get permission if you're vlogging in a store. I know some people don't. I think you can kind of do it quietly without anybody noticing. And then how do your family and friends respond to vlogging? I don't really vlog with family or friends. When I vlog, I'm usually just kind of doing it by myself in my house. It's not really like a social thing for me. My family and friends all are really supportive of my channel. Some of them watch my videos. They all ask me about it, they think it's cool, and I don't feel like it's negatively affected any of my relationships. Okay, what is the PR process like? How do you know what is legitimate when someone contacts you through your business email? Have you ever declined being sent PR for any reason? I've definitely declined PR in like the majority of cases, especially when you're just starting out. You're gonna get a lot of like spammy emails, and you know them when you see them. This is something I really wanted to talk about because it's something I've been learning, honestly learning the hard way over the last year. So just to give you a little background on my channel. I've been making videos since 2016, but I really started to take it a lot more seriously towards the end of 2018 and beginning of 2019. So honestly, in some ways I feel like my channel didn't really start until then, because before that I wasn't super consistent. I was in college when I first started my channel, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to take it seriously. But anyway, so when I say like the first year of your channel, I'm really talking about like the last year for me. But I started getting, I feel like, legit PR at some point last year, but it was very few and far between, and it honestly still is. My policy for PR, now that I've been kind of figuring this out for a little while, it has to be a brand that I am actually interested in trying. It would have to be a brand that meets all of my standards as far as being cruelty-free. So it either has to be listed as cruelty-free on Logical Harmony, Leaping Bunny, or in some cases when I am really interested in the brand, I'll send them a really thorough list of questions about their cruelty-free status, especially if they're not listed anywhere on Logical Harmony or on Leaping Bunny. And if they satisfy all of my questions and I'm otherwise like really interested in the brand, I'll accept that as well. But a lot of the brands that reach out are kind of shady seeming or just not really something I'm interested in. And so a lot of times I'll just kind of say no thank you to those. And something I really learned the hard way last year, and it didn't have any major consequences to me really, other than just me kind of not really valuing myself enough, is a lot of times brands will reach out and to small creators especially. They are hoping to get something out of you for free. So they want to send you their free product, but in exchange they're asking you to do like a dedicated video, or they're asking you to mention it on a channel or on a video for this many minutes. And when you're a small creator and you're not really used to getting these emails, you're not really used to getting PR, a lot of times you might feel really flattered and excited that a brand even noticed you at all. And you might say, yeah, like send it over, I'll do whatever you ask, you know? But you really, really need to look at those and remember that the brand isn't reaching out to you because they think you're cool and because they think you're good at makeup, whatever. It's really just because they think that there's something of value in your channel that will give them a return on their investment, which is a pretty small investment for them to send you a product or two. Now that I've been through that, I've done that, I've made content in exchange for free product, and honestly, I never really get much out of it other than, yeah, the free product. But I'm just not a fan of brands coming to me and expecting free promotion from me. So my policy now is, unless I feel it's worth it and they're not like, it doesn't seem like there's a ton of strings attached and it's a product I really want to try, I might say sure, I'll include it in a review roundup video, but just know that I'm gonna be honest in my review. But now, if a brand is asking me to do something specific with their product, I will then send them my rate card, which I actually finally made a rate card recently. And because now that I've been doing this for a little while, I kind of feel comfortable now with the idea of doing sponsored content every now and then. Basically what I'm saying is don't let brands take advantage of you. You might be really excited that a brand noticed you and reached out to you and wants to send you something, but don't work for free. If a brand is reaching out to you, it's because they think they can get something out of you. So why shouldn't you try to get some sort of compensation for that? Yeah, I'll accept PR when there's like really no strings attached, and that's kind of my policy now. But I'm not a fan of these brands being like, we'd love to send you our free product in exchange for a video, because no, it's my channel, not yours. Like, and you're not gonna get free advertising out of me, sorry. How to politely decline non-cruelty-free brands when they reach out to you. Sometimes if it's a brand that I'm not sure about their cruelty-free status, I will ask them some questions, and a lot of times they won't be able to answer my question about suppliers or something, and I'll just say like, thank you so much for responding to my questions. It's really important to me to make sure that brands are vetting their suppliers to make sure there's no animal testing going on. I'd love to revisit if you are able to get some kind of cruelty-free certification in the future, that kind of thing, if it's a brand that I otherwise would be interested in. Has anyone reached out in an offer to manage your channel or your brand? How would you justify declining an offer or taking one? At this point, I can't justify paying someone to be my manager because I've barely just started making money. So I don't know if I'd ever really want a manager though. I kind of just like doing things myself. Zari asked, if I start watching a video and then hit pause to take a phone call or get distracted, will that negatively impact your views? I do finish watching the video later, but was just wondering if by pausing, how does YouTube read that in their algorithm? As long as you watch the video in its entirety, I don't think it matters if you pause it and then come back to it later. It does matter how long you're watching the video though. If YouTube sees that people are clicking off like 30 seconds into the video, that's gonna signal to them that people just aren't really interested or engaging with your content, and so it's not gonna be bumped up in the algorithm. I've heard that it's really good to have an average view duration of like 50 to 60%, which means that on average, people are watching 60% of your videos, but the longer the better. Obviously, don't keep watching a video if you don't find it interesting, or if you get bored, you don't have to keep watching it, but it does definitely matter to the YouTube algorithm how long you're sticking around for the video, but I don't think it matters if you pause it and then finish watching it later that day. All right, moving over to Instagram. Here's some good questions. Can any video have ads? Like even your first video, if it's 10 minutes long but you have no subscribers? No. YouTube recently, not recently, it was in the beginning of like 2018, YouTube changed their requirements for monetization. So it used to be that anybody at any size channel could monetize their videos. Now you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and you have to have accumulated 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months. So you do have to kind of build up a little bit of a following before you can start putting ads on your videos. When you first started YouTube, how many views did you have, and did you make sense or nothing? So when I first started, I think I was probably getting like maybe a couple hundred views per video, and I will just go ahead and say I did not start making any money at all until the beginning of 2019. So the way that AdSense works is you can put ads on your videos and you have to accumulate $100 in your AdSense account before you get a paycheck. And so I think I got my first AdSense paycheck, actually I can check. When I started my channel in 2016, I actually was able to have my channel monetized because that was before they made the new rules of having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So I was making like itty bitty pennies on those videos. And those did accumulate, but I never made it to the $100 threshold before they changed the rules in 2018, I think. I didn't get remonetized until August of 2018. So I was able to start putting ads on my videos again. And then it was not until like December of 2018 that I got my first paycheck. I finally hit the $100 threshold. But at that point, I started being more consistent in 2018, and so that helped me finally start seeing a little bit of growth and income. But yeah, it's really funny to see. The first month I was on YouTube, I made 8 cents. How much does it cost you to have your channel overall, and do you think you've made it back? If I were to add up all of the expenses, so I started investing a little bit more into my channel in 2018 when I started getting a little more serious. I'm just kind of estimating here, but I bought a camera for about $500. Later I bought a ring light and some other lights for probably around $150. Later on, I bought these umbrella lights that I have for another $50. I just recently bought Final Cut Pro, which is a $300 editing software. I used my AdSense earnings to pay for that. I guess if you count like extra makeup expenses, I don't really buy makeup for my channel though, so I guess that doesn't really count. Sometimes I do. I guess that's not true. But I also buy them to use them, so I don't feel like it's a completely wasted expense or that it's just for my channel. So if you add all that up, not including like makeup expenses, I've spent right around $1,000 on my channel so far with just the equipment and things like that. And I've definitely made over $1,000 at this point. So I guess you could say I have started to finally make a little bit of a profit now. Just a little bit. Do you aim to get a certain amount of views, and what key analytics do you consider? I always just aim to get increasing view counts because that means my channel is growing. I think that what I've heard is the goal, it's kind of a good guideline to follow, is you want to get at least 10% of your number of subscribers in views, I think in the first 24 hours. I pretty much always do meet that goal. On average, I think on average I get probably between like 25% and 50% of my subscriber number in views. And I feel like that's pretty good. I'm proud of that. I feel like I have, for my channel size, good engagement and good views. And so the goal is just kind of to keep seeing growth, honestly. As your channel grows, would you consider making YouTube a full-time job? I would love to make YouTube a full-time job one day. It's definitely not the only goal or the only reason why I'm doing it, but if I ever were lucky enough to be able to support myself off of YouTube income alone, I would be ecstatic. Like, that would be a dream come true, honestly. Yeah, I would love for that to happen one day. What changes about the way you do taxes? This is something I don't really know much about yet, because last year was the first year I actually had any income to report on my taxes from YouTube, and I need to do my taxes again this year, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I did last year count YouTube as a job like as a personal business or like a self-employment thing, but I made so little money in 2018 off of YouTube that I don't think like the self-employment tax really kicked in. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I'm not making like a full-time income off of this. Honestly, if and when I get to that point, I will definitely be seeing some sort of CPA or tax professional who can help me. So how do we reach out to brands for PR? I heard some people don't wait for brands to DM them, but actually email the brands themselves. What do we say and how to format the email? I don't ask brands to like add me to their PR list, at least not at this point. Generally, I will just, when brands come to me and it seems like a good fit, I'll go for it. I'm not doing a whole lot of reaching out to brands right now. The only time I did do that was when I had a specific video in mind. It was my full face of eco-friendly, ethical brands, and I had a whole list of brands that you guys were interested in me trying and that I was interested in trying for that video. And since I was planning on buying those products anyway, I thought, you know what, it's worth a shot to reach out to these brands, let them know that I'm making this video, that my audience is specifically interested in their products for these reasons. You know, shoot your shot, right? And a couple brands did reach out to, or did respond to me and send me some products. I think if you're reaching out to brands with the goal of getting PR from them, I think you should have a reason for them to send it to you. So for me, in that case, it was like, I have this video I'm planning. This is why you're a good fit on my channel. My audience is really interested in your brand. I'd love to share about it. I'd love to try it out for myself. I think having like sort of a reason for asking is always good, instead of just asking like, hey, can I be on your PR list? And maybe even be prepared to share some of your analytics with them, like let them know how many subscribers you have, how many views you typically get on your videos, things like that. How to get money as a smaller channel and how to get PR. I already answered the PR question, but So there's AdSense, and then there are other ways that people can make money on YouTube. Most people who are doing YouTube for like a full-time gig, or even just trying to make money off of it at all, are not relying on AdSense alone. So there's AdSense, there's affiliate links and affiliate codes, there are sponsorships, and then there, I guess, you know, the other way that some people make money is through merch or selling some sort of product or collaborating with brands on products. So there are a lot of ways to earn money on YouTube. I would say so far for me, the main income that I make is through AdSense. I make a little bit extra through affiliate links. I use magic links, and then I also recently started using reward style on my videos. I'll always link all the products that I mentioned or used in that video, and so that it can be easier for you guys to find them. And then if you were to click that link and either buy that product or buy another product after clicking that link on that website, I do get like 10% of the commission. I hear people saying that the majority of their income is from affiliate links and like affiliate marketing, and I have made a grand total of $50 from magic links since I started using magic links in like the 2 or 3 years that I've been using it. So I don't know what other people are doing differently, but yeah, I definitely make more from AdSense currently than I do from affiliate links. I was hoping that reward style might have a little bit higher commission. I think in some cases they do. And then affiliate codes, sometimes brands will give you an affiliate code, like a discount code that you can share with your followers, and if people use that code, you'll get maybe 10, 20%, however much they decide, you'll earn as a commission. So I have a few affiliate codes that I have, and I make a little bit off of those too, but it's nothing super significant, at least right now. And then the other way is sponsorships. I've never done a sponsorship on my channel. I actually have one in the works for later this month though, my very first sponsorship. I'm really excited about it. It's a brand that I feel like really aligns with my own personal values, and I don't know, I think it's a brand that a lot of you guys are gonna be excited to hear about. Those are like the 3 main ways to make an income through YouTube. So I think now we're getting into the juicy questions about how much money do I make. So like I said, you have to reach that $100 threshold in order to receive your AdSense payment. So that'll just kind of build up in your AdSense account until you reach that threshold. And I think it's on the 21st of the month. So once a month, YouTube will send out your check. It's like a direct deposit into your bank account. It was not until I think November or December of 2019, so just a few months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, that I started getting a paycheck every month. So right now, I would say over the past few months, I've been consistently making between $100 and $200 a month. AdSense revenue was definitely a lot higher around the holidays. Most people on YouTube experience a slightly higher amount of revenue that time of year just because it's a very consumeristic time of year for all of us. So ad rates are higher, all of that. So in all of 2019, I made right around like $1,100 total from YouTube. So quite a salary, quite a salary. Most of that was from AdSense, and then there were a couple other things like my affiliate thing, and there was another, oh, I participated in this like YouTuber research study, and they paid me like $250 to do it, so I counted that towards my YouTube revenue as well. But yeah, grand total was like about $1,000 in 2019. Having made only like $300 something, I think, in 2018, going from that to basically tripling that the next year is pretty good. I'm happy about that. For this to be like a little side hustle type gig, I'm happy to be making honestly any money at all, and I'm pretty confident that that will continue to grow over time, especially as I, you know, start to maybe work with brands a little more often. It's nice. It's a nice, you know, it's nice to have that extra money. Overall, like since I started my channel, I probably made like $1,500 total. And so I've definitely made slightly more than what I've put into it, but a lot of the time I'm saving up that AdSense money to upgrade my editing software, which I just did. Or now, you know, I may want to upgrade my camera eventually, so I might start saving up again for that. So I try to use that money to invest back into my channel, but eventually, you know, I think it would be really nice to actually make, you know, a little bit more from it, enough to maybe actually be like a fair wage. The average that I make per video, it ranges from like $2 to like $35. Just, it depends a lot on the number of views, how long people are watching the video. I'm sure it depends on what ads are being put on my videos. I know the CPM is a factor. It's basically the cost per mil or cost per 1,000 views on that ad is how much the advertiser is paying. And then you get a portion of that. That CPM can depend on the time of year. Around the holidays it is higher. I guess you could average, if I'm making about $100 a month, and again it varies month to month, but I tend to post about 14 videos per month. I'm making an average of $7 per video. 7 divided by the 5 hours it takes to make a video on average again. 7 divided by 5, making about $1.40 per hour right now. But hey, I love doing it, and the fact that I can make a little bit of money off of it is really exciting to me, and truly I feel like I'm just getting started on YouTube. Like, I've really only been consistent and taking it seriously for like about 1.5 years now, and I feel like when I go and look at my channel and the videos I've made, I'm honestly really proud of it. The fact that I'm able to make a little bit of money through this like sort of hobby, sort of job thing is pretty cool. So I think those are all the questions that I can answer today, but I really hope that this was helpful, whether you are a fellow content creator, or you're thinking about starting a channel, or you're just a regular old viewer and you're wanting to know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes. I feel like you guys kind of deserve to know. Obviously nobody's obligated to disclose exactly how much money they're making off of YouTube, of course not, but I definitely am really happy to be seeing more and more creators being a little more transparent about it, and I just kind of wanted to lend my voice and throw it out there. So if you have any follow-up questions or things I didn't answer that you're curious about, feel free to leave a comment, and I look forward to chatting with you guys there in the comment section. I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.